TheBoneShow.com. Here is the world-famous Alex Bones.
We know you've been waiting all day long, so here we go. TheBoneShow.com.
Just another day on the front line, forced to apologize.
Jimmy finds the videos. We played the videos. We tell you what's real, what's not real, what's fake, what's not fake, what's good and what's not good, actually. That's why we call it The Bone Show, right, Jimmy?
That's exactly right. That's why we do it. That's why I spend all waking hours looking for videos.
Maybe I'm a misfit, maybe I'm a no one.
And then he finds me a bunch of videos, and then he emails me the videos, and then I lose the videos.
Yeah, I spend all day looking for videos and I email every single one to you, and then you lose them and you end up with only like 3 or 4.
I don't know how I do that. My email is just so messed up. Isn't that what every person my age says? I can't understand this email thing. I don't understand it.
Yeah, you say that a lot.
I know, I get confused and they delete and sometimes they don't delete and they fill up I can't take it. So just go ahead and give me a video. Just start me off with something that I can play and not lose. How about that?
So this is 31-year-old Brittany Fortenberry from Martinsville, Indiana. She was a math teacher at the Metropolitan School District in Martinsville.
She didn't look like any math teacher I ever had.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a math teacher to me.
There may be up to 10 victims, and reports are stating that she met all of these boys at 2 different schools in Morgan County. Here she is with her husband. Police began investigating her in August of 2024 when she was a math teacher at Eminence High School. And at that time, 2 high school age students reported to staff that she was sending them inappropriate messages on Instagram, including videos of her toys and her pole that she has.
Look at this husband here, Jimmy. Look at his face.
Yeah, he looks so happy. He's like, this is my wife.
She's like way too hot for him.
Yeah, he looks like a firefighter from the 70s.
Then while they were looking into that, a couple months later, in December of 2024, a grandmother went into the police station to report that her grandson disclosed to her that he had participated in sexual acts.
What? You bring it up to your, hey, grandma, you'll never guess what I did. What are you talking about? What's up with this kid? This kid ruined it for everybody. Oh, it's horrible.
So last month, she received a number of charges, including sexual misconduct with a minor, dissemination of matter harmful to minors, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Oh, no.
Involving 3 of her students. Those incidents all happened in 2023.
She would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for this little kid.
But there's more.
Oh, no.
5 more victims have come forward, and what they have said is going to blow the socks right off of your feet.
Good thing I'm not wearing socks.
Yeah, you're not even wearing a shirt today.
There's sometimes, Jimmy, it gets hot in the studio and I don't wear a shirt. If you can't handle it, then you can leave. But I explained this to you before. I come from a generation that sometimes when we get hot, we just take our shirts off. And if you can't handle that, you can leave.
I can handle it. I've seen you before like this, so I'm fine. I'm just saying, yeah, you're not wearing socks and you're not wearing a shirt either.
One of the boys said she had asked him to babysit her children, and then she SA'd him after she came back.
SA'd?
Yeah, what's SA?
I don't know.
Another one, just 13 years old, told investigators that she invited him over to her house and told him to bring a few of his friends with him. And while there, she had allegedly dropped $600 on screen masks. And
those are really good screen masks. You can get those for like $4.
Given them,
so she got like 300 of them.
Things like THC carts, weed, mushrooms, got them all messed up.
And then put screen masks on them. That's a strange chick.
Told them to put on the masks and
She's got issues.
Participate in group SEX with her. And apparently when the boys didn't want to participate, she told them just let it happen.
Which boys are not wanting to participate? What's wrong with them?
Take the scream masks off and leave, because what's wrong with you? You're 13 and 14 and 15. That's all you want to do.
Another one said that she offered anywhere between $100 and $800 for photos of their genitalia, and that she sent videos of herself doing things with one of their boxers.
One of their, shorts. Okay. Shoo.
And apparently her kids were always there, but she would get them to bed first before doing these things with these
other kids.
boys. And she told them that if they ever told anybody, she would take her own life.
Oh, wow.
Now, when police questioned her about all of this, she didn't say
No, I own no scream masks.
she regretted doing it. What she said was that she regrets losing 150 pounds. As you can see, she's heavier here than she is now, because she said that if she was still heavier, she wouldn't be having any of these problems.
Because no kid would want to, yeah.
Oh, and guess who this is?
Who this is?
This is her husband, Nicholas
He's happy.
Fortenberry. Apparently, he knew what was going on and
No, he did not.
didn't do anything to stop it.
No, I don't believe that at all.
One of the boy's parents told police that Nicholas told her if her son came forward and reported his wife, he would slaughter the teen in front of her.
Oh, these are bad people.
So he was arrested and is facing charges of intimidation
This is a real story. This seems like a fake story. This doesn't seem real at all.
of a witness and failure to report.
I don't know, Jimmy. You found it, so you tell me if it's real or not real, or fake or what's not fake. You found it, so I don't know.
New charges include molestation, dissemination of matter harmful to a minor, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and sexual misconduct. So she's got numerous felonies at
Yeah, she's a bad person.
this point. Nick bonded out and apparently filed for divorce.
Do you think?
She's being held on a $20,000 bond, but the prosecution filed to increase that to $150,000.
The first thing he did when he got out, he didn't even go get a Big Mac. You know, usually when you get out of jail, the first thing you want to do is get a Big Mac. He didn't even do that. He went straight to the lawyer and said, I want a divorce right now.
That's the craziest story we've had so far.
Yeah, keep finding stories like that, Jimmy. I like that. Next.
Everybody has a story, right?
Here's the Mandy Michaels from the Rewind station in Tennessee who does mornings, who has the same last name as our boss.
Yeah, so we've been following this broad, Mandy Michaels, who does mornings at the Rewind station in Tennessee, who has the last name of our boss. And she's always had these really bad dating things. She can't find the right guy. I don't know why. She looks good. She's funny. She does Rewinds mornings, and she can never find a date. I don't know why.
So here's my story. So if you're new to my page, I'm a radio personality.
Yeah, so are we.
I've been doing it for 20 years.
We've been doing it for 30 years.
And I honestly got into it
because we couldn't do anything else. That's the reason why we got into it, because really, if we're not going to build a house, we can't do that. We have bad back. We're not going to work outside because it's too hot. So we kind of like music, you know, I don't know, maybe. So we could do that. I like attention. So I do radio. Yeah, that's really the only thing I could do. I was really good at pressing buttons. That's what I could do. I could open mics up, I could talk, and I could press buttons. So I was really good at that. So that's the reason why I got into radio.
because of what happened in my childhood.
Oh, no, bad things happen.
Tragedy that
Don't make fun of her, Jimmy.
We've never made fun of her. We just always play her and make fun of her dating stories. That's all we make fun of.
ensued when I was 7. My dad committed suicide.
Oh, no.
And what happened to me is it made me be funny because it distracted people from the sadness that I felt and that I was going through. And I learned if you're funny, people will like you and they won't focus on the tragedy, because I felt
There's a good point.
like everybody was like,
why can't you find a date?
oh, her dad died, you know. And then my mom became very sick when I was in middle school, high school. went blind from diabetes and
Diabetes.
Do you bring this up on a first date? Is this what you talk about? I might have an idea why you can't find a date.
died before I graduated.
Oh, God.
So I took this tragedy and I was like, I'll just be funny and I'll make people laugh. So no matter what happens to you, if there is tragedy, you can turn it around. I might cry during this video.
So don't bring that up. You cry a lot, by the way. Okay, Mandy Michaels, who does mornings at the Rewind station in Tennessee, who has the same last name as our boss. You asked a couple of weeks ago if we can help you with your dating problems. Okay, here's advice for you. Don't cry on the first date. Don't bring up the parents on the first date.
Diabetes.
Leave that for the second and third date, not the first date, okay?
It's hard not having parents. You know what's really hard is when you start dating and they're like, oh, so where are your parents? You know, and then you're like,
Didn't you say, ask me that on date number 3? Okay, date number 1, we're just getting to know each other, okay? Mark that down to bring up in date number 4. Let's wait to date number 4. Then you can ask me that question, not date number 1.
it's just like, dun, 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 you know, like bring
Yeah, so say, wait to date number 4 and then ask me that, but right now, just buy me a beer.
down the moment. And then I'm like, but I'm okay. Really? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just fine, really. So it makes it hard. But, you know, I overcame that tragedy and I put myself through college.
What does it say on her shirt in this video?
It says Ball State. What is Ball State? Bowl State? No. Ball. It says Balls State.
Yeah, it says it back upside down or backwards, and I can't say what it looks like. It says balls.
Yeah, it says Balls.
Go Ball State, go Cards.
Ball State.
And that
At least she told us what her shirt said.
anything is possible no matter what
Yeah,
tragedy
maybe you shouldn't wear a shirt that says Balls.
you come from. And
Not on the first date.
And I didn't want it to be that tragedy. I didn't want that to define my life.
I didn't say, ask me date number 4.
I wanted to become better. But does it hurt?
Of course, but ask me date number 4.
Do I have trouble accepting it at times?
All right, Mandy, date number 1, the guy's picturing you naked, okay? In his mind, he's trying to figure out what you look like naked. He doesn't need the negative stuff in the middle of that photo, okay? He's just too busy thinking about what your boobies look like. You don't need to bring that up. Date number 4, that's fine. But date number 5, just he's thinking about the boobies. That's it.
Absolutely. I don't have parents and I
And on your boobies right now, it says balls. So that's what he's thinking.
haven't had parents since I was 18.
See, you don't bring this up on the first date. It gets me down and makes me really sad. And I don't want to be sad. I want to think about balls and your boobies.
I remember vividly going to the doctor and when I was in college and she goes, oh, what about your parents? And I'm like, they're deceased. And she goes, and like she started to tear up.
So you're bringing the doctor down already. So you're not even on the first date with the doctor. The doctor,
And I'm just like, don't make me cry. I'm the one that has to go through it. So that's how I dealt with it. Be funny, and then people won't focus on the tragedy. So it kind of made me who I am. So if you're going through something, make it become part of your story in a good way.
yeah, not a bad way, not date number 1 way.
So that's a little bit about me if you just started following me.
Oh, God, now I feel bad. Oh, Jimmy, you make me feel bad about the Mandy Michaels from the Tennessee who does mornings at the Rewind station who has the same last name as our boss.
Yeah, I know. Now she makes me feel bad. Now I want her to find somebody that treats her good and she has a good life with, because she has had a bad life and she needs to have a good life. And she works in radio, so that can't be good. Every moment of your life, you got to just hate your life because you work in the radio and there's not much radio left anymore. And you worry every day that you're going to get fired. And it's not good to be in the radio anymore.
Okay, for those of you who aren't in radio, you got to know every single day. You think today's the day. It's not one happy day of your life. Even when ratings come out, let's say ratings come out and the ratings are fan-fucking-tastic like they've always been for us. We've always had good ratings. So even though, oh, look, we've had great ratings, yay! And you go on the next day, you still can get fired because they don't care. They just want to save money. They want to save their job. That's the only thing they care about. So every day you go to work, it could be the last day you work. That's the only thing going through your mind. So this chick, she goes to work in the morning and she does, and trust me, I've done morning radio all day. Fan-freaking-tastic morning show. Get off the air, get fired. Why'd I get fired? Oh. Wait, can you tell me why I got fired? So at least I can tell my friends why I got fired? Ooh. Radio. Oh, it's a good idea. See, radio is such a great career to get into. I think everybody should get into radio. And oh God, next.
So this is TMI, but hilarious. So I just got out of my gynecologist's office and I was in the...
What's a gynecologist's office?
That's a woman doctor.
Oh, well, what are the male doctors called?
No. For the female parts, that's the gynecologist.
Oh, I thought you just meant the female doctors are called gynecologists, like the female dog is called a bitch. I thought I was like the same thing.
No, because there's actually that's why they're called gynecologists, because they're guys.
Oh, well, then what are the women named?
They're called gynecologists. I think. I don't know.
For my yearly. And so she's doing the examination. She's down there and she keeps going, interesting.
Well, what is interesting?
But she doesn't expand. So I'm nervous because you don't really want somebody down there while they're saying interesting, while they're rooting around in your freaking hoo-ha. So we wrap up the examination and I'm like, so what was so interesting?
Yeah, I want to know.
I'm 40 years old. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Oh, there's cobwebs.
I don't think any woman wants to hear that at any age.
Yeah, 40 years old. Does it even work anymore?
I don't think so.
Asked me if I would.
I don't know. I've never been with a 40-year-old. What are you talking about? That's too damn old.
Was getting NAD injections because I'm looking younger down there.
Okay.
And I said, no, honey, eggs are $3 an egg right now. Like, who the can afford NAD IVs? It's like $1,500 a pop, and you have to get them weekly for them to be effective. But I am taking this, which is essentially the same thing, and it is only $40 a...
Oh my God, this is a commercial.
I'm sorry.
But this...
I hate when they do that, when they try to sneak a commercial in there and tell you how to get good eggs for less than $50. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss. I thought she was like a good...
And I've been...
The gynecologist found something wrong, but no, I'm sorry.
2 months, and like, look at the difference.
Oh.
This is me now. Look at the motherfucking difference. You told me to keep up the good work because it seems to be working.
How can these people do a commercial? Okay, like this. Like, this is what we call in radio a, quote, live commercial. So this is a live commercial. How could you do a live commercial and curse? I don't get that. It totally is the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. I mean, you can do a live commercial and say bad words. And then Mandy Michaels from the Tennessee, that does mornings at the Rewind Station, who has the same last name as our boss, Anthony Michaels, made me feel bad. So, oh God, now she brought me down, and then this girl's talking about a gynecologist. I'm going back to bed.